Hi everyone, this is Ferdinand the Carpet Stacker, and I'm here to tell you about my top 10 anticipated games at Essen 2016. Now, even though I'm not going this year, I just want to share my thoughts about some of these games that are kind of coming out, and hopefully that I'll have be playing them in the near future. So most of these games, I think all of these games were taken at the Board Game Geek list that was set up by Eric Martin. So thank you for that. This list always helps everyone out trying to pick out stuff in Essen anyways. Now this isn't really like a really method that I kind of like pick games. I just like pick games because I think they look good and they're kind of interesting to me. I also try to pick games that are I don't think they're quite on the radar, but that I kind of feel that they're they should deserve some attention to it. So before I go into my top 10, I like to talk about my just some 6 honorable mentions that kind of like I just wanted to just mention anyway because they didn't make it the top 10, but I think they just look kind of cool and awesome anyway. Now I'm going to go really quickly through these, so go ahead and check these out if you're interested in them. So the first one is Dreams, which is kind of like Spyfall mixed with pictures and constellations. Next one is Gad's Hill 1874, which is a game about kind of like finding this old western town that has been long gone. The next one is Dream House. I play a lot of Sims, so this kind of caught my eye. And the next one is War of Cassandra, which is based on a Chinese sci-fi novel. I just picked this one because I just like the art. Kind of looks like more like a Japanese RPG kind of thing. Next is Long Live the Queen. I think this is like a team battle game where in the story the queen dies, and then there's 2 princesses that then the players are split in the team for those servants is trying to get those one of their princesses to go ahead and be the queen on the throne. And the last one is Save the President, which is, I think, a kind of like a castle defense game, but in the White House trying to defend the president, and because of the dimensional rift due to an earthquake. So those games are just really something that I just want to go ahead and go quickly on of. So why not? So now here are my top 10 games. Inspire, and this is I guess a fairly odd kind of game. It is a cooperative game where you're trying to go around the board and try to help people that are in need, either spiritually or in physically, like either you're hurt or something like that. This is from a Polish company. I forgot what the name is, but it's I think what grabbed me for this one was the trailer. Go ahead and look at the trailer for this one. It's kind of like, I think, overdone for the game was trying to do, but it's pretty cool. So go ahead and take a look at that. Number 9 is Perfumer, and this is a game where it's a kind of like a Euro game where you're trying to complete recipes and trying to fill in orders. But one of the interesting things about this game is that it does something with smell, actual smell, like a perfume. I guess like little herbs or some other kind of perfume chemicals in there. It's a little bit of a member game too, where you're trying to go around the board and kind of gather these resources and trying to make recipes. So kind of interesting, a theme that's not really used, and I think it might be good, so that's why I'm checking this one out. Number 8 is a game called Freak Shop, and this is a game where you're trying to make a kind of like a creepy mansion, but you're going to a store trying to get the creepy stuff and then trying to buy that stuff and put in your mansion. But the thing is, there's not always as much creepy stuff in that store, but other people are buying it too. So trying to sell, trying to put it onto the market, and hopefully you can get the best deals out of that. So always kind of like games where you're trying to, you buy stuff and you're trying to turn it around for a profit, and hopefully it'll benefit you. Game number 7 is called When I Dream, and the best way to describe it is if you mix Dixit with Saboteur. So doing in this game is one person will have a blindfold while the other people will be either like, I guess, good dream spirits and one bad dream spirit, trying to put away like good dreams and bad dreams. So the good dream spirit wants the dreamer, who's the one who is blindfolded, cannot see any of the cards, trying to score good points, and while the bad spirit wants to try ahead and deter the dreamer for that. Now there's some games that do have that blindfold kind of the mechanism where one person is blind, but I think this one sounds a little interesting to me because it does have this kind of like you're communicating with this dreamer, but one person is bad and trying to lure them away from that. So that's why I think it was interesting. Game number 6 is Beer Empire, and I'm not really much of a beer drinker myself. I do enjoy it, but I mainly go for the kind of like the tastings kind of thing instead of just drinking socially. But what I really like about this game is there is a lot of kind of like drink games out there. And so like not drinking games, but drink making games. Like there's for coffee and one for wine, and now we have beer. I wish we had tea though. That's my drink of choice. From the looks of it, I do like. It is like a resource gathering kind of game, kind of like an efficiency game where you're trying to make recipes and trying to fill orders like that. So always love those kind of games, and I'm hopefully that it gets to here, and that's one of the games I really want to look forward to. Game number 5 is Papa Paulo. And this is about pizza delivery. I don't think it's really a pickup delivery kind of thing. There's kind of like more of a mechanism where you're trying to bid how much pizzas you want to deliver and trying to go to that. So it's more of like, I think, an efficiency kind of game, and you're trying to deliver pizzas that way. How much you think you can deliver if you can actually deliver it. Pizza delivering thing doesn't look like it's a good kind of theme, but this is taken in Italy, in Naples, and you're on scooters trying to deliver pizza. So why not? Game number 4 is Cat Town. And now I know there's a lot of cat games out there already. For the most part, most of them don't look as good as, I guess, this one. This one looks pretty nice. And the main thing you want to do in this game is that you're looking for cats, and you're moving around the city block and trying to scout cats. And I guess if you saw the most cats, you win. Game number 3 is Hop, and this is a game designed both Ludovic Malblanc and Marie Cardois, who, and if you don't know who Marie Cardois is, she is the artist, the one of the first artists for Dixit, and so that's really cool to have her on there for this game. Well, anyway, the game has a kind of like a 3D board, and I think it's a race game where there's like 7 levels you're trying to go on top of. It's a raised board, plus it's like a pyramid kind of thing where you're trying to put your pieces on there. But don't know exactly how it plays, but I mean the board just looks interesting. Game number 2 is Revenge of the Dictators, and this is a very strange game where you are one of the several dictators you can choose from history, even though they're not kind of like in the same kind of timeline I think. But you're one of them, and you're in Hawaii vacationing, but you're also planning to take over America by going through and hopefully reaching the White House and taking it over from there. So I did pick this just for the humor itself, but it looks like a kind of very strange but kind of cool game. And game number 1 is Monsart. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but yeah, it's like a very obscure kind of game. But if you don't know much about me, I am, other than what I do on YouTube for board games, I am a composer and musician. So this game really speaks out to me because there aren't really good music games out there. They're either just either setting up bands or trying to, or just the business of music. This one might be where it does something, the game mechanics does something with music, or at least relates it to very closely. So this is why it's kind of there on the top of my list. Anyway, what the game is about is that you're one of these pets of a musician, and that your master is like hanging out with his buddies trying to make music. You're angry about it along with your other animal friends, and then you decide to get together using your master's instrument and try and form a band and trying to make music out there, at least composing something right there. So the theme is really strange, and it's something not most board games have touched on, especially the music theme, and that's why it really speaks out to me. Hopefully it's good, and it looks like you can actually compose on the game itself, or at least it's part of the game mechanics. So, and that's why it's really up there on my list. I think it's like the only music game that's in Essen. So, and that's it. Those are the top 10 games I'm looking forward to Essen. Let me know about some of the thoughts about, what you think about the games on my list, and even some of the games that you're looking forward to in Essen, even though I think this video is being uploaded by the time Essen's already started. But anyway, and before you leave, don't forget to like and go ahead and subscribe to my channel for more board gaming. You can check out my Facebook page, and you can support my channel at Patreon. Until next time, remember to keep on stacking games.